Sorry about the background, my brothers. So today's what if is was what if Naruto switched roles with Sasuke? So in this one, Naruto would be an Uchiha, and let's say Naruto would have half Uzumaki. Naruto would, oh, Naruto would, Naruto would then Naruto would be born on a Nine Tails attack. So would another child. This child's name is Sasuke Uchiha. No, wait, I mean Sasuke Nama Uzumaki. No, Namikaze. Sasuke and Naruto were born on the same day and the same time when the Nine Tails attacked. You would see Itachi, a young boy running with Naruto in his hands around the village. This is when this is when the Hokage would show up, grabbing Naruto and grabbing his son. Naruto would get snatched out of Naruto would get snatched out of Itachi's hands. Itachi would kind of be worried seeing how his little brother is now gone. Itachi would sense his chakra and go near the fox, seeing how he's very close to the fox. This is when they would perform the first Hokage would perform the Reaper Death Seal, sealing 80% of the Nine Tails into Naruto and sealing 20% into Sasuke and Namikaze. This is when Naruto would this is when Itachi would find Naruto and another baby beside him. The third Hokage would show up, seeing how he senses the Nine Tails in both child in both kids. Itachi would grab his little brother, and Hiruzen would grab Naruto. Seeing how the Hokage is dead, Hiruzen has to go back to his original state as the third Hokage. They would then Itachi would run and find his parents. We skip a year ahead. This is when Naruto and Naruto and Sasuke would be one. Naruto was a prodigy, and Naruto could already walk and say sentences. Naruto was a mere child, a mere baby, but he could still talk and play and run around. Naruto was energetic for his age. On the other hand, Sasuke was in the orphanage. Sasuke was in the office with the third Hokage. The third Hokage was thinking what he was gonna do about the coup d'état. No, not the coup d'état. We have to wait. About Sasuke. So let's pass until like they're five. Naruto had already trained in his elements. Naruto would have wind, lightning, and fire. This is a big accomplishment for even a child. Not many shinobi have more than two natures. So Naruto would be trained in each nature, each element. In fire, Naruto was very, very skilled in fire and lightning. The wind was an ongoing process, but he was still getting there. Naruto made a huge fireball, bigger than Itachi's when he was about, bigger than Itachi's. The father would be proud. Hold on. Fugaku would be very proud at Naruto. He would, at the age of 8, Naruto and Sasuke would finally meet each other for once. Naruto would be getting bullied. No, wait. Sasuke would be getting bullied, and Naruto would see this. Naruto, feeling bad, would rush in to help him. Let me remind you, these bullies were about Chunin to Jonin rank. Naruto would go sending a fireball, and one of the Chunins would see this and send a water ball to counter the fireball. Once the two combination of elements would hit, a massive steam cloud would appear. Naruto would take this chance and activate Jutsu, multi-shadow clone Jutsu. Naruto would rush straight towards the men with his height and the steam advantage. Naruto took out many of the Chunins and Jonins. There's one Jonin left, and this was a mid-tier Jonin. Naruto had the most trouble with him. Naruto was on a near-death experience because the Chunin was stabbing at Naruto. Naruto caught the kunai once but got stabbed multiple times. Naruto's Sharingan would finally wake for the first time, go into the two Tomori, and one of his eyes would go to the three. Naruto would feel a heaping large amount of chakra get taken away from him. Naruto would go to one knee. This is when a shinobi would take his chance. Earth style, Earth the Dragon. This is when Naruto, this is when Sasuke would pick up a kunai and grab it. No, would grab a kunai off the floor of one of the dead bodies and stab the Jonin right in the back, slicing upwards, killing the Jonin. Sasuke was trembling in fear, seeing how he killed his first person. Naruto got up on one foot, no, got up on his feet and went to comfort Sasuke before quickly falling over and fainting. Sasuke would put Naruto on his back, and he would rush Naruto to the hospital. Sasuke would get Sasuke would get glares at him, but they would see that there's an Uchiha on him. The villagers didn't take lightly to this. They thought that Naruto was trying to kidnap one of the Uchihas and take their eyes. This is when Naruto would get a bunch of rocks would get thrown at Sasuke. Sasuke would try his best to move Naruto out of the way. By the time they get there, has lost a large amount of blood, and Sasuke has a bunch of gashes on him. They both get to the office and no, they both get to the hospital, and Hiruzen is standing in there waiting for Asuma. Hiruzen would see these two kids fall down to the ground and all bloodied and scraped up. Hiruzen would ask the two kids, would take the two kids to the medical room and get some nurses to help. One of the nurses says it's the Nine Tails brat. They would look at Sasuke and they would look at Naruto. Enraged, enraged, but they would not do nothing since the Hokage was there. Naruto and Sasuke would wake up in the morning. Naruto would say thank you to Sasuke, and Sasuke would say thank you back for the help. They would both part ways for a week. Naruto would get his taijutsu, ninjutsu, and genjutsu up, and also training his Sharingan. Naruto would finally get put into the academy, and unbeknownst to Naruto, Sasuke would register into the academy by a reason. Naruto would take his seat. Naruto would hear a loud rumble coming from the hallway and look at the door. Naruto would open one of his eyes. Let me remind you, Naruto was half asleep still. And he would see Sasuke bust through the door. Sasuke would scan the room while Iruka was scolding him. And he would see Naruto. Sasuke would rush to Naruto and sit next to him. Naruto and Sasuke started becoming good friends. They were talking, but then Iruka said, "Quiet." Iruka said, "Quiet." They both shut their mouths. Iruka said that It's the first day, so we'll only do paperwork. Naruto and Sasuke, no wait, we'll be doing paperwork. I'll divide you into two groups. He would the first group, Naruto and Sasuke. No, Naruto Uchiha and Sasuke Namikaze. Let me remind you, Sasuke does have swift release, but he doesn't know. This is when Naruto and Sasuke high five each other, and well, the others aren't really important. Naruto and Sasuke would help each other out. Naruto would know one of the answers, and Sasuke would know the other. With this, they would make a 90. And feeling proud, Naruto feeling proud, and Sasuke is no, yeah, Naruto feeling proud and Sasuke being happy. It was already at the end of the day. The class was already gone, and Naruto and Sasuke were there late. Naruto and Sasuke were training in. They were training. It was almost. Wait, we passed like. Let's say 3 years. Wait, so they're 8, 9, 10, 11. So there'll be 11. Naruto and Sasuke were training. Naruto finally learned a lot of wind elements and some taijutsu and kunai practice. Naruto and Sasuke were at the top of the class. Sasuke saw Naruto as a brother in Naruto's no. Yeah. And Naruto saw Sasuke as a brother too. One day Naruto asked Sasuke if he would like to come over for dinner. And Naruto would say, "Yeah, why not? That sounds fun." So they would stay at the academy a little late practicing. And this is when Naruto would get the scent of blood when he's walking towards the Uchiha clan. Naruto said, "Come on." Naruto would tell Sasuke to hurry. I think something's happened. They would rush over. They would see Uchiha's dead on the floor. Naruto would say, "Let's go see if your family's okay." Naruto would say, "Okay." I mean, Sasuke would say that. Sasuke would say, "Let's go see if your family's okay." Naruto would say, "Okay, let's go." They would run past seeing Uchiha's dead. This would make Sasuke. No, this would make Naruto. Uh, this would make Naruto unlock the three Tamori in his other eye. Naruto would run and run and run until he got to his house. When Naruto was running, Naruto saw Itachi's girlfriend dead on the floor. Naruto squinched his eyes in pain, feeling bad for Itachi. This is when Naruto and Sasuke would hurry even faster. Naruto and Sasuke would bust through the doors, and this is when Naruto would see Itachi above his parents' lifeless corpse with their heads decapitated off their body. This would cause Naruto to immediately unlock the Mangekyo. Oh my god. And this is when he would unlock the Eternal. I know you might say, how's he unlocking the Eternal if he's in a full-blooded Uchiha? No, he didn't unlock the Eternal. He only unlocked the Mangekyo. This is when Itachi would see this and would be surprised that he already had unlocked the Mangekyo at his age. This is when Naruto would rush Itachi. Naruto would his Mangekyo would start spinning, and this is when a meteorite would come crashing towards the house. It wasn't too big, but it was a decent size. Naruto would say summoning style. No, summoning. What is it? I know I had a summoning for him. Summoning style Buddha statue. A Buddha statue made out of wood would get summoned, It would start to send fists at Itachi. This is when Obito would see the meteor coming and know this is bad. Obito would Kamori towards Itachi, seeing the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Seeing the Nine Tails Jinchuriki. Obito did not need the Nine Tails right now. So he left him. He told Itachi we must go and Kamori. Naruto then stopped the meteor and it disappeared. Naruto would fall to one knee and would cry. This is when Sasuke would be in shock. What happened? How Naruto's brother just killed his whole clan with one other person. He felt remorse for Naruto. He felt bad. He lent a hand on Naruto's shoulder and picked him up. Naruto said, "We have to bury everybody and take out the eyes of my fallen brothers and sisters." This is what they would do. They would stay up all night, Naruto and Sasuke, plucking the Sharingan out of each Uchiha. Naruto would put them in a place with a level 4 seal. Not even some Jonin or Hokage, no, not even some Jonin or Hokage leveled people can break. The next day would come by, and Naruto would be laying down in his bed, thinking what happened. Naruto would remember Itachi saying something. Naruto would remember the palette. Naruto would rush down to it and seeing how to in reading about the and would active no he would activate his Mangekyo and read the stone. The tablet would tell him how he would go blind every time he would use his Sharingan, his Mangekyo. And the only thing he can do if he's not a full blood Uchiha is to get somebody else's Mangekyo and implant them into himself. This would remind Naruto of Fugaku's Mangekyo, his father's. Naruto would go into the place where he sealed all the eyes, and he would grab Fugaku's eyes out of a jar and implant them into himself. The sheer pain, Naruto would fall over, and this is when we skip one more day. So Naruto would be, let's skip 2 years. Naruto would be at the age of 12, and Naruto didn't really communicate to anybody but Sasuke. Sasuke and Naruto were really close, maybe inseparable. Naruto always felt bad for Sasuke always felt bad for Naruto. But Naruto would not forget revenge. All Naruto wanted was revenge. Naruto and Sasuke would graduate early this time, seeing how they're both Naruto's a prodigy, and Naruto was teaching Sasuke about some things in the ninja life and how to plan your attacks and how shinobi system works and how cruel it is. Naruto would then get on the team with Sasuke. No, the teams will get announced. The first team, Team 7, Sasuke, where is it? Naruto, and what's it? Sai and Kakashi. No, not Sai. Tenten. No, not Tenten. Let's just say Sakura. Fuck it, why not? So, with this would be Team 7. Kakashi would come as late as usual. Whatever happened in canon happened, except when they would get on top of the building. Naruto and Sasuke would body flicker up to the top. This is when Kakashi would tell them to say their goals Sakura would say the same, but to Naruto, no, to Sasuke. Let's say to Sasuke. No, to Naruto. Yeah. This is when this kind of makes Sasuke mad a little bit. So with this um with this they would say everything. Naruto says that he wants to get revenge and he wants to bring back his clan to the glory it used to be in. Naruto and Sasuke would kind of say the same, and yeah. So we skip to the bell test. Nobody's eating, so they're all there waiting for Kakashi, and Kakashi says the same BS like he did the last time. And then Kakashi would say, "Let's just skip to where they're actually gonna fight." Kakashi would say, "Fight." This is when Naruto and Sasuke would jump into the tree. Kakashi would think about the scene, how they have great teamwork. Naruto would use one of his jutsus. It would be called Shadow Style. Into the shadow. Naruto would go into what's his name? Naruto would go into no, Sasuke would say that into the shadow. Sasuke would go into Naruto's shadow, and this is when they had a plan to attack together. Basically, this is when Naruto would jump out of the bush and start rushing. What's his name? Kakashi. Naruto would get it into hand-to-hand combat with Kakashi, and this is when Naruto would jump back, fire styles, fireball jutsu. This is when Kakashi would appear right behind Naruto. Naruto would poof and reappear on underground, grabbing Kakashi's feet. This is when Sasuke would jump out, wind style Rasengan. He would pump 40% of his chakra, hitting Kakashi in dead center in his stomach. Kakashi would go flying and would would poof. So, Itachi, no, what's his name? Kakashi would be in a tree and seeing how that he really knows the A rank jutsu like that is kind of like kind of insane basically. This is when this is when this is when what's it called? Sasuke would appear behind Kakashi because he did the shadow into the shadow style into the shadow on Kakashi. And with this Naruto would then Rasengan with Kakashi again. Kakashi caught off guard would cough up blood flying towards Naruto. Naruto would say fire style, great fireball jutsu. With this, it would hit Kakashi, but Kakashi would have substituted. It would automatically say you've graduated, but you should probably include Sakura. So with this, they move on to a D ranks. No, they haven't graduated yet. Naruto and Sasuke started comboing Kakashi. Kakashi had to be extra hard with his team to see what their abilities were. So Kakashi would unfold his Sharingan, and he would teleport behind Naruto. He would punch Naruto in the back, sending him fly towards a tree. Sasuke would rush towards Naruto, grabbing Naruto and sending him flying towards Kakashi. Naruto would then activate his Sharingan jutsu. This Naruto would say meteorite. A meteorite would come straight towards the earth, and this is when Kakashi would see a big meteor coming. Kakashi would be in shock, seeing just the raw talent and raw strength. Not the raw talent. Yeah, the raw talent, basically. Just seeing the sheer strength of Naruto and Sasuke. Sasuke would say, Sasuke would go behind a rock, saying wind style, wind gust, sending it hurling towards Kakashi. Kakashi notices good, and Kakashi would say, "Fine, you passed." Naruto would make the meteor disappear, and Naruto and Sasuke would high five each other. This is when what's it called? He would say you've passed, and he would go to report to Hiruzen. He would jump through the window, and they would say like the teams that passed. Some failed and some passed. When it came to Kakashi, Kakashi raised his hand, and say, "I need to make a report, Hiruzen." He would say yes. What he says, it comes to one of my genins have internal Mangekyo and can summon a meteorite. And the nine-tailed fox, Naruto, could the Naruto could they're very instinct with their moves, and he knows an A-ring jutsu to Rasengan, and I don't know what else he knows. So let's fast forward to the arc where Zabuza is. So Tazuno would come in, Naruto would have be even stronger, and Naruto and Sasuke would know how to control the Nine Tails because Naruto and Sasuke have been practicing. So Sasuke can only get to the two tails while Naruto can get to the four tails. But there is repercussions. And Sasuke would say, "I'm tired of no, what's it called?" Tazuno would insult Naruto. No, would insult Sakura. This is when Naruto. No, this is when Sasuke would step up for Sakura, saying, "Hey, old man, how dare you? You're just a drunk bum." This is when Tazuno says, "Really? I'm getting escorted by Genin and one Jonin. I mean, Kakashi's good and all, but they're all Genins." And this is when Hiruzen will say, "Trust me, you have all your faith in these Genins right now. Their talent would surprise you." This is when Zabuza just accepts it, and they would start their mission. So let's skip where the Demon Brothers attack. Before they would get a chance, Naruto would have seen the puddle. Naruto would say, Reaper style, Reaper's ash. A bunch of ash would start falling down Naruto's arm, and the ash would fall over the puddle. This is when the brothers would jump out, but it was already too late. The spikes would then come out of the ground, out of the ash, and penetrate through both of the demon brothers' heads, killing them. Naruto and Sasuke would say, "Wow." Sasuke would kind of throw up a little bit. Sakura would just like completely throw up. Tazuna would look away, and Kakashi says, "What a jutsu that is." Mm-hmm. He said Reaper style, Reaper's ash. I gotta be careful for that one. So right now they're seeing Sasuke as a threat. And Naruto knows about what they're about to do to Sasuke. No. Naruto doesn't know. So there's another Jonin with them. This is Guy. Because what's God? They're gonna do something. So Naruto would Zabuza would appear, and this is when Guy and Guy and Kakashi would go away, like they would disappear in the mist. Zabuza would be kind of weird. This would be weird for Zabuza, seeing how the Jonin leaders kind of abandoned their team. This is when Naruto would say, Naruto and Sasuke would say, "What's happening?" All Sasuke knows is Naruto protect the bridge. Sasuke would say, "What's happening, Naruto?" Naruto would say, "Sasuke, protect the bridge builder," and he was like, "Sure thing." He would go where Sakura was and help protect the bridge builder. A water clone would come rushing at Naruto. Naruto would activate his Sharingan, disappearing and reappearing behind a water clone. And what's it called? And he would say Earth style, Earth spear over a spear, like not a spear, but like a ball would come around the water clone and trap it. This is when Naruto would rush straight towards Zabza. Naruto would say, um, Naruto would whisper, "Stop, stop time." Naruto only had 5 seconds for this. Naruto would run quickly as possible and start hitting all of Zabuza's pressure points. Naruto would send fireballs from every angle in Earth style and Reaper's Ash. Naruto would only have 30% of his 40% of his chakra, regaining it by little. Naruto would then resume time, and this is when Zabuza would get hit by everything. But Zabuza would be killed right there. Haku would come and throw Senbons, but this is when Kakashi would appear, Chidori Naruto to the stomach. Guy would then throw a leaf hurricane towards Sasuke. No, yeah. Okay. Sasuke would see this, and Sasuke would rush over to Kakashi and try to go for a punch. This is when Guy would kick Naruto, knocking Sasuke out. Sasuke would fall to the floor, and this is when Haku would be surprised. Zabuza would kind of still be alive, so Haku would take Zabuza. The Reaper's Ash dispels when the user is killed. Well, like killed, yeah. By coincidence, no, Naruto Sasuke would see this and he would go into his three-tailed state, punching Kakashi and sending Kakashi flying. Might Guy would come, going into his third gate and sending a kick all the way down to to Sasuke's head. This is when Kakashi says, "Stop, don't." So Guy would then try to do Leaf Hurricane. No, yeah, Guy would try to combo Sasuke. Sasuke would then hit Guy off him. This is when Kakashi would reappear in front of Naruto. No, in front of Sasuke, trying to put a seal on his head. Naruto would hit the seal away. Sakura and Tazuna would just be dumbfounded what's happening right now. This is when this is when Sasuke hears the Nine Tails saying they're too much for you, kid. Your body can't withstand too much of my chakra. Sasuke would grab Naruto and run off. We would skip 2 years, so they would be 15. So this is what if Naruto switched roles and was betrayed. This is when Sasuke would be sitting still on guard inside of a cave. Naruto would be regenerating. The Kurama would be regenerating Naruto. Naruto would wake up, and this is when Sasuke would say, "Naruto, you're awake." This is when Naruto would jump up, saying, "What happened, Sasuke?" This is when Sasuke would say, "Naruto, you were about to get assassinated by Kakashi and Guy. I think the Leaf put an assassination order on you." This is when Naruto's world would come crushing down on him. The pain of the village that was coming down on him. Naruto. After this day, Naruto's eyes would start to burn. Sasuke would rush over to Naruto, saying, "What happened?" Naruto would open his eyes, showing the Rinnegan. Sasuke would be Sasuke would be dumbfounded. Naruto would say, Sasuke, today on, me and you, we are now officially real brothers, blood brothers. This is when Sasuke would say, okay, and this is when Naruto would knock out for another day. Naruto would hear clashes of a sword and some jutsus being activated. Naruto would wake up, and this is when Naruto would see the Akatsuki, one of the two of the Akatsuki members fighting Sasuke. Sasuke was not no mere match for them, and was in his three tails state. This is when no Sasuke was no match for them, and was in his three tails state. Naruto would say, "What do you think you're doing?" This is when Itachi, no, this is when Kisame was about to finish off Sasuke. Naruto would then Almighty push Sasuke away. No, would Almighty push Kisame. This is when Kakazu would then would release those little like puppets. Not Kakazu, Datara. Datara would then send bombs into the cave, but this is when Datara knew this was stupid because the cave would collapse on all of them, and then the Nine Tails would be killed. So all he could really do is let Kisame go and handle this. This is when Naruto would appear behind Kisame. Kisame would block one of Naruto's hits. Naruto's clone would then appear behind Kisame, wrapping his arms around Kisame. Naruto would say shadow style, impelling force. Naruto would then hit Kisame. Kisame would cough up blood in his stomach. There would be a big gash on his stomach. Naruto would then say moon style, moon blade. Naruto would use one of his hands to cut, would pierce through, right through Kisame's stomach. This is when Data would then shoot a bomb at right behind Naruto's back, connecting with Naruto. This is when Kisame would go into strike form. Naruto would then go in his five-tail state. And this is when Data, and hold on. This is when Data and Kisame would be like surprised, seeing how they heard that the two Jinchuriki, there's one Nine Tails Jinchuriki and a kid with him, and they didn't think that they had power from the Nine Tails. Naruto would then rush, comboing Data. This is when Naruto would get hit by a sword in the back. This is when Samihara would start draining Naruto's chakra. Naruto didn't know what to do. Naruto would summon a bunch of clones for a last-ditch effort. Naruto would grab Sasuke and would try running, but Deidara was waiting at the exit. When Naruto would get out, Deidara would start shooting, would shoot explosive art. Naruto, this is when the commotion was heard. This is when the Fire Nation would send some Jonin out. It would be Kakashi, Guy, Asuma, and Kurenai. This is when they would see the Katsuki ganging up on two kids, but Kakashi would recognize these kids instantly. One as Naruto's Uchiha, and the other as what's it called? As the other as Sasuke Namikaze. This is when what's it called? This is when they say, "Wait, aren't those the kids that you're supposed to kill? The ones that were threatening the village? Weren't you supposed to get the Nine Tails back?" He said, "Yes, but Guy was vouching for Kakashi. That they got surprised that they were that strong." Naruto would be running away from Data. Data would be flying on a bird, sending bombs towards Naruto. Naruto would then, with only a little bit of chakra left, would say Reaper style, counter dimension. Naruto would go into a dimension and get teleported far away. Naruto would be near the borders of the leaf. This is when Naruto would fall to one knee, and this is when Sasuke would wake up, would wake up and see that Naruto is knocked out. Well, guys, that's it for today. This is 40 minutes long, and I shall make another episode if you want more. If you want more, put it in the chat. Can I get to 10 likes on this? Thank you very much, and now for the outro.
Oi, 絶対